Five things I wish I knew earlier. Business edition. Just five. This list could easily be 437. The five things that when I heard them, I was like, "Phew," light bulb moment, lightning bolt. Number one, new stationery will in fact solve all of your problems. No, jokes, joke. Number one thing I wish I knew when I started my business was every yes is a no to something else. Now, when I say that, when you're starting your business, I get it. You want to get revenue in the door. You want to help everyone. You are desperate to build this business as quickly and efficiently as possible. And for most people, one of the biggest parts of it is you need revenue. You need to get money in. And I think this is where people make a slight mistake in these early years, is that no matter what people ask of them, they're like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, no problem. And it doesn't fit with your goals of the business. Sometimes it doesn't go with the values of the business. It isn't what you want to do with your time. It's not an effective use of your time, but we are so conditioned to think, I've got to make this successful and I've got to get going. I've got to bring revenue in, that we say yes to everything. But please remember that everything you say yes to is a no to something else. So if you're filling up your time and your energy and your day with stuff that does not align with your goals of the business, then when other opportunities come along that do, you've already said no to them because you've committed yourself to things that don't matter. And this kind of goes along with having boundaries as well. You don't have to say yes to everything. I was very guilty of this in my first business, at my first studio. No matter what time people wanted a class, I'd be like, yeah, okay, put it on. And I'd like go back at all times. I'd work 7 days a week. I actually moved house. It was a Friday. I moved house during the day, and then I had to go to the studio at 5 o'clock to teach a HIT class to two people because I'd said yes to everything. I was moving house. I should have had that day off. The class wasn't even busy. But I was so in the habit of saying yes to everything. I was saying no to being part of my house move and doing something that was actually more important for me on that day. So everything you say yes to is a possible no to something else. So be careful when you're saying yes to things. What is that further down the line? A no to. Second thing I wish I knew earlier, and this was actually a gem from my friend Marisa, that no one else will ever love your business as much as you do. And that's okay. You will get people that work in your business that absolutely love it, that are dedicated to it, that believe in it, that believe in you, that want you to succeed, that will do anything to help you. And they might be the absolute best people ever to work in your business with you, but they are never going to love it as much as you do. So if you're setting yourself up thinking everything that you do for your business, everything that you give up, everything that you sacrifice, the level of excitement you've got for it, if you're expecting that from someone else, you're setting yourself up for failure, because no one else will ever love your business as much as you do. And that's okay. You will never, number three, you'll never, that was two. Number three, you will never be done building your business. See, the day I realized this, I can remember it clearly in my mind. The day I realized that I was never going to be done, it was a massive weight lifted off my shoulders, because I spent so long changing and building and working on this business that I just used to have in the back of my mind, oh, I cannot wait until this business is built. I can't wait until it's done. And then I can enjoy running it. That is just not how business works. You will never be done building it. And that's a good thing, because you'll never be done learning. You'll never be done improving. There will always be something else to do in the business if you keep learning and growing as a business owner. If you are constantly improving this business for your clients, for your customers, for the people that interact with your business, for yourself, if you are constantly improving and bettering and making it more effective and growing the business. That's what it's called, growing a business, because you never get to the point that it's just done and it just works like clockwork. It's just not how it works. And actually, it sounds a wee bit like a negative thing that you're like, what? It'll never be done. I'm so sick of building this and growing it. I just want it to be done. It'll never be done. But here's the good thing. You don't need to get everything done this week, this month, or even this year. That to-do list of things for the business will never be empty. It will never be done. So if you settle into the fact that there's always going to be something to do, something to grow in the business, somehow to improve it, it takes the pressure off that you're not in a race against yourself to get everything done. So something I wish I knew right from the very first day I ever even trained my very first client, I wish I knew this business will never be done, because actually, when you think about it, it makes the process of building the business so much more enjoyable, that it's just a continuous cycle and continuous loop of improvements. Thinking that you need to get there and get it finished and get it built and get it done, it's like chasing after the horizon. You keep chasing it, but it keeps moving further away, and then you get frustrated that you never get to it. So when you realize that, oh, cool, I'll just never get to it, but I can just appreciate that that horizon is out there. I can appreciate this sunset on this horizon of building a business. It takes the pressure off you, and it makes actually growing and building your business a hell of a lot more enjoyable. Number 4, be clear on who your ideal customer is. Who is the person that you help, and how do you help them? What is the problem you solve? What is the point of your business? And who are you building this business for in terms of your ideal client or customer? Who is this design, this product or service? Who is it to help, and what problem does it solve? Because what I did for many years, and this is the reason it's one of the things I wish I knew sooner, is that I used to try and help everybody with absolutely everything. Like, for example, my very first PT board in the first gym that I worked in said that I could help you with muscle building, fat loss, training for a 5K, injury prevention, injury recovery, pre and postnatal, basically anything that a human could ever want a personal trainer for. I said I could help you with that. So it made me the specialist and the go-to person for absolutely nothing. You want to be the absolute expert. When the topic comes up of the problem you solve, you want to be the first name on the tip of people's tongue. So be super clear about not only who do you work with and the problem you solve, who do you not work with and what problem do you not solve? Because it's perfectly okay if someone comes and asks you for help with something, or asks you if you do something, to say, no, actually, that's not what I do. I do X, explain the problem that you do solve, and say, but I do know somebody else that can help you with that problem, and refer them on. Everyone will get a much better experience from it. You'll feel much better in your business. You'll attract the right customers, and you will also be much clearer about what you do and what value you can bring to people. You'll articulate this much better in your marketing and attract more customers. So absolutely, do not try and help absolutely everyone with every problem they've ever encountered in their life. Be the person who solves one specific problem for one specific ideal customer, and solve it amazingly. It makes you much more valuable, and you will then work with many, many more of the right client. You will help them much more, and this will attract more of the right people to you. Everyone gets more value, more benefit from your service by you being super clear on who you help and the problem you solve. And remember, saying yes to everyone and every problem is saying no to the people with the problem that you can actually solve in the best possible way. Number 5, the last thing I wish I knew, Number 5, basically, the thing I wish I knew earlier in business is that the one and only thing that will never change in your business is the fact that everything changes all the time. Get comfortable with change. The more comfortable you are with change, and the quicker you can adapt to change, and the quicker you can deal with change, overcome obstacles, and come up with solutions and figure it out, the quicker you can work with change and the more comfortable you are with change, the more effective your business will be. Because that is the one thing you can guarantee in business, is that it will not be stagnant. Think of big brands. Who didn't change? Blockbuster. Do you still go to Blockbuster on Friday night? No, you don't, because it didn't change. They closed down. Who did change? Amazon. They used to be a bookshop. Now they're a everything in the world you could ever possibly want shop, because Amazon changed with the demand. They changed with the economy. They changed with online shopping, they changed with their competitors. Blockbuster didn't change and they didn't survive, but Amazon did. And the quicker you can adapt to these things, think about 2020 when everything closed down. I closed my studio on the Wednesday at tea time. Thursday morning, we were on Zoom. The quicker you can adapt to change, the leaner and more effective your business is. And when you don't try and fight change and think, oh, everything will just stay the same forever, when you actually get comfortable with the fact that things always change, you need to keep adapting, you need to keep learning, you need to keep evolving, the much more effective you'll be in your business, and actually the much happier you will be in your business. So those are the 5 things I wish I knew earlier, business edition. I would love to hear what yours are.